Few clouds this afternoon. You can see them moving up from the south. So a mix of the sun and clouds later today, but hot, high of 90.
I got BFFs in Charleston, West Virginia, too. I guess The Wizard of Oz, a new musical. Well, an old musical, a new musical. Looking for another Dorothy. There we go. Oh, look at that. I love that enthusiasm. All right, Rebecca, let's send it back inside to you.
So many BFFs, so little time, Dave. All right, like the Bette Midler song goes, you gotta have friends, but it does become more difficult to find good ones as we get older. Contributing correspondent Taryn Winterbrill shows us some of the new ways people are connecting.
For carefree kids, making friends is easy. Hi. But age can bring complications, and busy lives keep us from connecting.
I think we live in times where it's really hard because we have so many more moves, so many more divorces, that we are needing to continue to expand our circle of friends frequently.
Many women are turning to the internet and websites such as girlfriendcircles.com to find new BFFs. With thousands of members in more than 25 cities, women of all ages can connect with just the click of a mouse.
We love connecting, but it's actually really hard as adults to know how to find people to connect with. Margo!
The site matches women based on age, location, and interests. Introductions follow, and friendships are hopefully formed.
Oh my God.
These ladies first met 7 months ago, and they've been getting together weekly ever since.
I like these ones that are like candy cakes.
What's the best part of this all for you guys?
I would say knowing that you're always going to have a group of people that are going to be there for you no matter what.
Finding your own group of girlfriends is easy. All you have to do is sign up.
Okay, so it's time to create my profile. Let's see, caring, down to earth, favorite things to do, tennis, bowling, and ping pong.
Once your profile's submitted, you're invited to attend get-to-know-you events.
Hi, girlfriend circles?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Taryn.
Hi, Taryn.
Hi. Why this way in terms of making friends?
The reason I wanted to do this was to meet people outside of my comfort zone.
Whoa. It doesn't take long for new friendships to grow.
I was a little bit punk, a little bit goth in high school.
If you had to plan a trip this year, where would it be and why?
I've only been to a few places in Europe. I would love to go to Paris.
I want to make a toast to new girlfriends, right? Okay, cheers. Cheers.
For the Early Show, Taryn Winterbrill, CBS News, New York.
And joining us now is relationship expert Heidi Banks. Great to see you, Heidi.
Good to see you.
And the story is so interesting about the new ways people are finding friends, but also there's some scientific evidence to back up why it's meaningful, why it's important that we have friends.
Friends are health. That's the bottom line. Friends help us de-stress. Friends help us not get depressed. There's so much evidence that friendships are the secret to, as you get older, staying healthier.
That's so interesting because as you get older, friendships, they do change somewhat. How do friendships change over the years?
Well, you know, in your 20s and 30s, your friendships are more about, you know, seeking information on children, career, family. We're in those years where we're creating our lives. And then in our 40s, we know more of who we are. And it's usually about being less of me and more about what I'm going to give to the world. So we usually connect with friends that way. Of course, then as we get older in our 60s and we're dealing more with the hardships of life sometimes, health issues, those are the lean-on years, the ones where you really need your besties, your best friends to be there and take care of you.
And you really want to nurture these relationships. You say that as tips that you need to make time, you need to set realistic expectations, and you need to listen. Imagine that. Make good friends.
Really, it's amazing how many times I hear from people and they go, well, you know, my friend, she's never there for me. And I listen to them go on, and I'm going, I wonder how much you're listening to them, how much you've given them a kind ear. But it's important to be consistent with friendships. Be there for somebody. Really be there. But the first tip about getting out there and really understanding what a friendship is, make time for them. Put it in your book like a dentist appointment. Put it in like a doctor appointment. Set realistic expectations. Make sure that you're not promising something you can't deliver.
Setting those realistic expectations it can be difficult. It really can, because with our schedules, from children to jobs to paying the bills, everything else that's going on, how does one think about setting those expectations? Should you be sort of negative up front, or do you want to maintain that positivity and maintain the optionality of nurturing the friendship?
especially when you're making new friendships, especially, here's the key, do not overcommit, because then the person will think you're not dependable. It's sort of like the old rules about when you're forming a relationship for the first time. Don't gossip, don't get into negative things about old friends. All of those rules apply when creating new friendships.
The types of things that could be red flags to new friends, to think you're not really going to be the greatest friend. I want to go through some of your significant tips about making new friends. You say reach out, join, and be open-minded.
Well, reaching out is the most important thing. Everybody wants friends, so don't be afraid to start a conversation wherever you are and create a friendship. Join, so important. Clubs, organizations. And if you don't know anybody, let's say you move to a new town, you don't have friends, don't be afraid to go up to the leader of the group and say, hey, I'm here on my own. Can you help me out? Be vulnerable. Be open to that.
And if that's a decent person, they'll be a good friend to you.
Absolutely, for the rest of your life. And that's really what we're looking for. You know, there are really three kinds of friendships. There are those that you have forever. They're the friends that are your besties, I like to call them, you know, and you can tell everything to. And then there are the friends that you make that are new. It takes time to percolate a relationship. It takes time to get to know a person. So those are the friends you may share some confidences with, but you're not quite there yet. And then there are acquaintances. There are the people that you don't know that well, and you're not going to really ever have that close to you, but they're good to have in your life, to mix it up. Friends are like cocktails. Mix them up.
I like that. Well, one of our early show friends, Heidi Banks, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Such a pleasure.
And now here's Harry.
All right, thanks. As fall approaches, family schedules start to get hectic. Lots of meals get eaten on the run. One possible solution, power bars. Tanya Zuckerbrot is contributor to Cooking Light magazine, and she is here with some healthy choices. You know, you go into the stores these days, and there are racks and racks and racks of these things. They're exploding overnight. I didn't know there were really different kinds.
There are different kinds and different nutrient content, so we've got to be really careful as to what bars we're picking up. Many bars are nothing more than glorified candy bars.
Right.
So at Cooking Light, we had some criteria for all the bars here. Every single bar, no matter what its purpose, and we'll go through the purposes. Some are pre-workout, some are post-workout, some are meal replacement bars. All the bars on this table have to have at least 3 grams of protein, 3 grams of fiber, no trans fats, whole grains, and less than 20 grams of sugar. There's one that has 21, but we'll explain why that is.
All right, so let's go down through the different categories, and this is the one that you feel is really good for women.
Yes, Luna bars were actually created by women for women, and that's because Luna bars have specific nutrients which women need, including folate and calcium. Now, Luna bars are 180 calories. They are 9 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber. So this is a great bar whether you want to eat it, you know, to tie over a meal, and because of the protein content, it's good post-workout.
There you go. Also, now we have kids. This is for kids.
Yes. There are a lot of really unhealthy breakfast bars on the market, so we really like this Z bar because it's 3 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein, which help the keep kids feeling full for a long period of time.
And look at this, not so many calories.
No, it's good for those little pint-sized kids. It's giving them a lot of nutrients in this small bar. So this is actually a much healthier alternative than most snacks out there.
And you know, especially if you're thinking about in the morning as you're running out of the house, as you told us last week, it's important to get your engine going, right?
Exactly. And it's sweet enough that kids actually like this bar, and the chocolate and the brownie flavor, who can resist that?
Now, this is a good, what you call a pre-workout bar?
Okay, so let's talk about the difference between pre- and post-workout bars. A pre-workout bar, the focus is going to be on the carbohydrate content. Carbs are what give you energy. And this bar is loaded with chia seeds and oats and dried fruit. That's going to give you energy to get through your workout. So pre-workout, you're looking for something with carbs. This bar is 160 calories, 3 grams of protein. It's low in fat, only 2 grams. And it gives you 4 grams of fiber, which help to give you sustainable energy throughout that workout.
Pretty tasty, too. All right, that's pre-workout. This is best protein.
Best protein. So the protein is what you want after a workout. Protein is responsible for repairing and rebuilding muscle.
That makes
so
all kinds
this
of
bar
sense,
is 210 calories. This has 13 grams of protein. That's the equivalent of 2 ounces of chicken. So this bar really is packed with protein, lower in carbs and lower in sugar. So this is a great bar to have after a workout.
All right, it's got some fat in it too, but that's sort of, you know.
Even though this bar has 10 grams of fat, only 3.5 grams are saturated. Most of the fats come from monounsaturated heart-healthy sources.
Okay, now you call this one the best meal replacement. So if you're going to skip a meal, this is the one to do?
Okay, so when it comes for snack bars, I usually recommend 100 to 200 calories. That's just to tie you over to dinner. But if you're having a bar in replacement of a breakfast, a lunch, or a snack, you want a bar that has anywhere from 200 to 300 calories.
Wow.
So this bar fits that bill. It is 250 calories. You're going to get 10 grams of satisfying protein, and it has 5 grams of fat. But you want some fat in the meal replacement bar because fat slows down digestion, which will keep you feeling fuller longer. Now, a great way to round this out to make a complete meal would be to add in a piece of string cheese or add in an apple.
Wow. Wow, who knew there were all these differences?
Yeah, they really serve different purposes.
Okay, and best natural bar, what does that mean?
So if you're looking for a bar that is unprocessed and organic, this is what we chose. And this bar is filled with nuts and with dried fruits. And this bar provides a lot of energy. The carbs in the fruits provide you the instant energy, and the nuts provide protein and fats, which slow down digestion. So if you were going on a hike or you were going on some long-term activity, this is a great bar. Also, this bar doesn't have that chocolate coating that can melt off. So this is a natural, organic bar that will provide you with long, sustainable energy.
And I bet if I go to Cooking Light magazine, I'd be able to learn all about all of this.
That would be accurate.
How about that? Tanya, thank you so much. For more of the best power bars, all you have to do is go to our website, earlyshow.cbsnews.com. Julie?
All right, thanks a lot, Harry. Well, a quick-thinking subway operator here in New York City is being called a hero. On Saturday, a woman fell onto the subway tracks at the stop right outside our studio just as a train was barreling into the station. Some amazing photos show her sprawled on the tracks, but motorman Francis Lusk saw her and managed to stop just in the nick of time. And he joins us now. Good morning, Francis.
Good morning.
So what exactly happened?
I was coming into Fifth Avenue Station, northbound. I observed the platform as I was entering, and I just happened to see the lady just walking, just continued to walk, and just walked right off the edge of the platform. I quickly brought my train into a controlled stop and notified my conductor what was going on, and then called control center to have them, because I knew we were going to need EMS and also to get the power off on the third rail as well.
Now, how did you know a controlled stop with stop in time and you didn't want to pull the emergency brake? Like, what's the difference?
Well, basically, with the controlled, with the controlled stop, I was, it makes for the fact that, since I was so far away, I knew that I would be, I would have sufficient distance to stop.
And then it stopped just shy of her by how many feet?
About 70 feet.
Whoa. Good judgment on your part. Right? Were you panicked? Did you think, maybe I'm not going to make this?
No, I wasn't worried about stopping. I was just more worried about if she tried to move, because she was so close to the third rail that, that it would have been a lot worse of a situation at that point for her.
What would have happened if she hit the third rail?
She would have electrocuted herself. And
so then you stop the train and you get out, and what happened? What was the conversation between you and this woman?
Basically, I went down to the roadbed and I asked her if she was all right, if she was dizzy or anything, because, at this point I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if it was a medical condition, in which case, try to get, as much information to relay to control to inform the rescue authorities in that.
And what did she say to you?
Basically, she just said to me, she goes, I'm bleeding, and I actually had tissues in my pocket, so I gave them to her to, so she can, blot the blood in that. And basically, within minutes, police had arrived on the scene.
So do you have any idea why she walked off?
No, I do not.
Wow. And they're calling you a hero this morning. You're blushing.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Well, basically, I don't feel like a hero. I mean, I did basically what my job was. Basically make sure that everybody gets home safely. So I mean.
Well, you did a great job, Francis.
Thank you.
You are a hero. The passengers on the train and the woman on the track. Francis Lusk, thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be right back. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.